What's up guys? So today's video is basically a follow-up to the video I posted yesterday, and if you have not seen that video, make sure you check it out. I will put a link on the screen right now for it. And basically what I did was I performed and then taught you guys how to do the third and final card trick that David Blaine performed on the Jimmy Fallon show about a year ago. And since there will be two parts to the third and final trick that he did, it was too long for me to explain both parts in the video yesterday. So what I'm going to do in today's video is teach you guys how to do the second part of the trick, where he got even more cards to transport from the deck of cards into the spectators packet. So that's what I'm going to be explaining in today's video. So make sure you guys stick around for it, and let's get right into it. So here is how you guys are going to be able to transport even more cards into your spectators packet. And using this method does require a little bit more of a setup at the beginning of the trick, but it's not too bad. So you're going to start off by deciding how many more cards you want to transport in addition to the 3 that you just did. David Blaine, in his performance, he did 7 more cards. That's a little bit challenging. I would suggest doing between 4 and 7 cards in addition to the 3 that you already did. And then for the purpose of this tutorial, I'm just going to do 5. I'm going to be teaching it by using 5 cards. So this is how you're going to do it. So you're going to take out the value card that corresponds to how many more cards you want to transport. In this case, I just chose a 5, so 5 of clubs. And the setup is going to start out the same. You're going to take the 3, place it in the 14th position from the top. And what you're going to do here is you're going to set these aside for now. You're just going to count down 5 more cards. You're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And keep in mind here, if this was 7, you'd count down 7 cards, whatever value you have here. So you're going to take these 5 cards. Then you're going to place the 5 down right here. You're going to place the 5 cards on top of this 5 of clubs here. Keep in mind, like I said, if this was 6, there'd be 6 cards here. Then you're going to take the rest of the cards, and you're going to place these right on top of those. So at this point, it's a little bit of a setup. It's not too bad. Just already have that set up before you go up to your spectator. Same thing, you're just going to start off doing false cuts, keeping all those cards the same. So once you have your setup, the start of the trick is going to be the same as the other methods. So you're going to start off dealing your 10 cards like this, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Once you've done that, discreetly get a break above the top 3 cards on the deck, place the cards face up above the break, take all the cards off. Now you have a pack of 13. Your spectator still thinks it's 10. You're going to explain to your spectator how they're going to deal the cards. I'm not going to go through it just for the purpose of saving time here. So your spectator counts the cards. They still think there's 10 in this packet, but in reality there's 13. They place it in their pocket or on their chest, so there's no way you can get to them. And at this point, your 3 right here should be on top of the deck. You're going to force the 3 any way you want. I do the slip force. If you don't know what it is, link will be in the description for it. So you're going to slide off that top card there, force the 3 onto your spectator, and this is the part of the trick where the difference occurs. So you're going to tell your spectator to take out the cards, and keep in mind here, before they deal down the cards, you need to give a demonstration. And the demonstration is, so before your spectator starts dealing down the cards that they had in their pocket, you basically need to show them what they are going to do. So you're going to deal down 5 cards from the top of this pack, because that's how many cards you're going to get to teleport next. And I'll explain why. So you're just going to tell your spectator that they're going to deal down cards like this. Just casually, they're going to deal down cards like this. Count 5 to yourself. 5. Pick them up and get a break like this when you put them back on the deck. That's the easiest way to get a break above the 5 cards, because keep in mind, if that value was 7, you would deal down 7 cards. If it was 6, you deal down 6. In the performance, David Blaine dealt down 7 cards. And make sure you guys, if you guys definitely check out the performance too, but you'll notice when he does this part, he has a break above the cards. In this case, I have 5 here. And you're going to tell your spectator that you got 3 cards to teleport into this pile. So once they're dealing down cards, you're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 is really important here. Make sure they stop after 10 cards, and I'll explain why. So they still have 3 cards in their hand, and keep in mind here, I can't really do two things at once here. So your spectator is going to be holding the cards, and you are going to palm them off very discreetly like this. And you're just going to tell your spectator, okay, deal down the rest of the cards. And you guys will notice in David Blaine's performance, when he smacks the deck, he's just dropping these 5 cards onto the deck. So you're going to tell your spectator, you're going to make sure they stop after dealing down the 10 cards. You're going to be like, okay, deal down the rest of the cards. Really discreetly, what you've done there is you've just dropped those 5 cards onto the deck. And if you guys set up the deck correctly at the beginning of the trick, the next card will be the 5. So that move may require a little bit of practice, because it is kind of challenging to do at first. Just you really have to get practice with palming off the cards and then just slapping them really quickly. Make sure your spectator does not notice you're palming off cards from the deck. Then they will count the rest of the cards. You're going to go 11, 12, 13. But in reality now, instead of 13 cards, you're going to have 15 here instead. So at this point, your spectator's completely amazed. Now you're going to tell them that you're going to do something else. You're actually going to get more cards to transport into this packet. And your spectator here, with an additional 5 cards, they shouldn't really notice a significant difference in thickness. There obviously is. But that's why I'm saying 5 is a good amount, because 7, your spectator might get a little bit more suspicious, because 7 cards really makes it noticeable. So they're going to take these 13 cards, but in reality there's 18 here now, because 13 plus 5 is 18. So spectator's going to take these cards. You're going to tell them to place it back in their pocket or just hold on to it. At this point, I would suggest they put it in their pocket so they're not really holding the cards for that long, because again, they might get suspicious of the difference in thickness here. So this is in their pocket. Once again, you have the 5 at the top of the deck. Any method you guys want, just force this 5 in your spectator. Once again, slip force, easiest method. Spectator says stop, slide off that card, you force it. You're going to say, okay, once again, you could have chosen any card. In reality, it was force. You're going to tell them you're going to get another 5 cards to transport from the deck into their pile. Do whatever you want. Do any kind of fancy motion. And do a good acting job here. Tell your spectator to take off the cards, and once they deal them down, they should get a total of 18. So if you did the part right where you palmed off the cards, you're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and 18 cards. So that is really how you guys are going to be able to do the trick. And if you want to take it a step further, if you guys do the second method here, I would suggest just really practicing that part where you palm off the cards, because that is probably, in my opinion, the most difficult part of this trick. But that's basically how David Blaine did this trick on the Jimmy Fallon show. And what I explained here in the tutorial was just a little bit different than what David Blaine actually did, because he forced this number here, in his case it was 7 cards, a little bit differently than what I explained in the tutorial, because he basically used some mentalism to get the Roots members to choose a total value of 7. But that's obviously a little bit risky to do when you're performing in front of a group of spectators. And David Blaine is a professional, so he is certainly good at, doing mentalism and stuff to force numbers. But what I did here in the tutorial was offered you guys a way you can do it without using any mentalism and having just this set value of 5 by setting up the deck prior to the trick. So I hope this tutorial made sense for you guys for how you can perform this trick that David Blaine did on the Jimmy Fallon show. I definitely recommend giving this trick a try. It has a really great effect on your spectator and will completely confuse them. So that is going to do it for this video. If you are new here to my channel, make sure you subscribe for more magic content like this. Thank you for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Peace out.